Video 2 for the Theta group week 4 problem set, going through questions 7 through 12 here. In 7 we have the equation, or the inequality I should say, 6 plus 3x is greater than 4 minus x. We can certainly plug in answer choices. By all means, if you like that method, I would suggest it. I'm going to show you the algebra since this is the algebra week. We're solving for x here. Subtract 4 on each side and subtract 3x on each side. We end up getting 2 is greater than negative 4x. Divide both sides by negative 4. Remember, when you divide by negative, you have to flip your inequality, and we end up getting x is greater than negative 1/2. Okay, when we rewrite it, x is greater than negative 1/2. The only one of our answer choices that is greater than negative 1/2 is answer choice E, which is negative 5/12. Kind of tricky there with the negatives there, but you gotta be careful with your inequality symbols. But that's how we do that one algebraically. Which the following is not a solution? Again, by all means, plug it in. The answer is A, but I'll show you the algebra behind it. You get 2x minus 4 is less than or equal to 6. We have to branch it off. There's going to be two separate solutions here. First one we get by doing 2x minus 4 is less than or equal to 6. The second one we get by doing 2x minus 4 is greater than or equal to negative 6. Add 4, divide by 2. We get x is less than or equal to 5. Add 4, divide by 2. We get x is greater than or equal to negative 1. Okay, so we're looking at which one of these does not belong, and we see that it is answer choice A. Hold on one second. Sorry, looks like I did that one wrong there. It should be plus 6, 0. Okay, you're right. It should be answer choice E, 6 on that one. Sorry about that. On the initial page there, I think I put the wrong answer. But 8 is E, which is 6. Looking at number 9, the easiest way here, a lot more going on, probably just go ahead and make up a value. They say that x has to be between negative 2 and positive 2. Exclusive, meaning that negative 2 and positive 2 don't work. We usually try to avoid 0 and 1, but in this case we can't really do that. Let's try 1, plugging in x equals 1, and let's see which one, maybe more than one works, maybe only one works. So when we plug in that value there, x equals 1, we end up getting the absolute value of 4 minus 1 squared. Make sure we know that's the absolute value. Over 1 minus 2. 4 minus 1 squared, 1 squared is 1. So we have 4 minus 3 on top, which is, 4 minus 1 squared, which is 3. Absolute value of 3 is 3. Over 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Simplify that, you get negative 3. Of the answer choices, when you plug in x equals 1, well, in A, it's 2 minus 1 of 1, so A is out. B, it's 1 plus 2, that's 3, not negative 3, but close. Plugging in C, 1 minus 2 is negative 1, no good. D, 4 minus 1 is, again, positive 3, not negative 3, no good. And in E, you plug in negative on the outside, 1 plus 2. You get negative 1, you get 1 plus 2 is 3, times negative 1 is negative 3. Answer choice E works for number 9. On to number 10. In 10, we're talking about two lines that are parallel. Parallel lines have the same slope. So, if we find the slope of that first line, remembering that the slope formula rise over run is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. The equation for line K, that slope, is 2 minus 0 over 6 minus 4. Gives us 2 over 2, or 1. So, the other line, line L, must have the same slope. So all we have to do is plug in 1 for the slope when we get a minus 0 over 0 minus negative 2. and that's got to be equal to 1. Well, minus negative 2 on the bottom is a plus 2. So we have a minus 0, which is just a, over 2 equals 1. What value is a going to be? Obviously, it's going to be 2, which is answered choice C. So number 10 is C. Number 11 here. We want to know which one corresponds to an f of x value equaling 1. We could go to the calculator, plug this in, and look at the graph. That'd be a great idea here. We could plug in answer choices. Again, I'll show you the algebra why b, negative 4, is the answer. F of x is the same thing as y, so I'm going to plug in 1 where f of x is, and then I'm going to plug in my answer choice, negative 4, to see how it works. Got negative 4 squared plus 6 times negative 4 plus 9. Negative 4 squared is 16, minus 24 plus 9 gives us positive 1. 1 equals 1. Again, that is why B is the answer there. Last one for this problem set. We're talking about f of g of negative 1. That's how we read it, composition functions. F of g of negative 1. Start inside out, so we're going to plug in negative 1 into our g function first. So we're looking for g of negative 1, which is going to give us negative 2 plus 1, which coincidentally comes out to be negative 1 as well. So now we take this negative 1 and we plug that into f. Typically we're going to get a different value out here, but in this particular problem we did not. So we're plugging in negative 1 into the f, which is 3 times negative 1 minus 4. That's negative 3 minus 4. Negative 7 is our answer, which is letter B. Hope you guys did pretty well in this problem set. Take a look at the week 4 assessment and see how you do. Keep it up.